to talk about specific topics or topics about their experiences and tips for us, IE students, and of course now CMBA students. So
Speaker is a certified supply chain professional from the American Production and Inventory Control Society. She graduated magna cum laude, BS Industrial Engineering in 2000, and she graduated gold medalist or summa cum laude equivalent in 2009 for her degree, Master in Business Administration from Ateneo School of Business. Right now, she is the Global Source to Pay Operations Procurement Manager of Intel Technology Malaysia. Help me welcome Engineer Celine Grace Yap-Mendoza.
So Alan used to be my student. You can just wonder how difficult it was for me to grade him. So thank you for inviting me. Actually, I invited myself. I usually do when I'm home in Cebu. So I'm very supportive, especially of my alma mater in my previous department. So I think I'm still on the industry panel board supporting the IE. So I always like to give back, because definitely CIT and the faculty here have helped me and groomed me to be where I am today. So if it weren't also for CIT, apart from my previous schools and Ateneo as well, I don't think I'd have landed where I am today. So we call it Financial Education 101. Any one of you have attended a seminar, a class, maybe even just a sharing, webinars on how to handle finance? So maybe just shout out some words. When you hear the words financial education, what comes to mind? Money. Good.
Money.
So I have part Chinese blood, so that's why I'm also interested always in money. Not just because regardless of what status, even if you want a simple life, you want a grand life, everybody needs money, right? To me, I don't believe money is the root of evil. It's how you use money that becomes the root of evil, okay? Because you can use money for the good. So it really depends on you. So it's know your dreams and goals. So just like shopping mo, so may millennial naman ron, you want a gadget, you want a cell phone or a smartwatch. When you want one, what's the first thing you want to find out? How much is it, right? Muna akong dream. So for me, these are my dreams and goals. For you, maybe it's your next phone, it's your next watch, maybe it's your next outfit, right? Yeah,
Guilty.
So like I said, you set the price tag. Ba? Gusto ko nga watch, Garmin watch, 25,000. What do you do next?
Save for it.
You try to think about how can you get 25,000, right? See if and how. Pwede mag-work, or you do chores for your parents. For those who are lucky enough who have parents who can afford extras, maybe work for it, right? Or you can bargain. If you flat 5, na po yung something in return, or something like that. Or you can do part-time, right? So same thing about dreams and goals. And then you save for it.
Sorry.
I'm guilty. So we teach the X-curve concept. So the X-curve is the blue line is the responsibility line. Our goal is when we are young, generally we have high responsibilities. Now, what are our usual expenses? Food, okay, gutom mo biyata. Shelter, our home, or if you're here, nag-dorm mo, or apartment. Isa pa. Clothing, like I said, your next outfit. What else? Gadgets. Oh, millennials ganun ay gadgets. Kaya kung panahon mo pa may cellphone siguro. Then when you grow old, ang atong target is you have lesser responsibilities. But take note, even as you grow old, some of the generic basic expenses do not go away. You still need food, you still need shelter, you still need clothing, but there's one thing that adds up. Health. Diba? As you grow old, maabot na gay ka 40 onwards, na naging ay sakit-sakit ng gawas. Even if you try your best to be very healthy, naman ay mga genetics, ng mga hereditary, ng mga gawas. Right? Moro na yung mana nga, di na to gusto. No? Atong madawat from our parents or from our lineage. But that's something we cannot avoid. It depends, no? Then the yellow line is our, what we call the wealth line, or the money line. So when we are young, generally, wala tayong kwarta. Estudyante, we all depend on our parents unless you're working student mo part-time. The goal is, when you're older, it should go up. No? Okay, our needs, man said, goes up man po. Question is, reality check today, asa man ta? Is our responsibility line up pa? And our money line down? Or are we going to where that goal is? There's two ifs in life. First if is, what if you are called to heaven early? Something we cannot plan, diba?
True.
Or if you live long, then you also still have to plan because you don't want to burden your family. Mama na ilang joke karon good, especially at our age. Manawag ang igsuon sa usa ka igsuon. Si mama dugay na kadirekwaan na ni B. Why? Because ang expenses naman sa kung asan stay ang parent. Pero kung ang parent na ay ready if they live too long, may yun sa, huy, dugaya ni mama ni mo diya, uy, ari na po na ko, be, hatod na nako. I want to be in that position. So which position do you want to be when you are at that stage? Step 2, know the basics of growing money. Even as students, do you know you can grow your money? So everybody knows what inflation is, right? What is inflation? Generally, it's the increase of prices, correct?
Yes.
Or the fall of the purchase value of your money. No? Let's say, for example, ang 1,000 sa akong panahon, many years ago, can still buy my parents a cart full of groceries. Karon, ang inyong 1,000, pila na lang ka plastic, di na kapuno, diligay ka tunga sa usa ka pushcart. That's how inflation works in society, in the economy. Have you ever heard of the rule of 72?
No.
Never? Okay. This is one thing you will remember I taught you. This is actually coined by Albert Einstein. It's an estimation of what that will earn you your money to, how long will it take for your money to double. So 72 is a constant. So let's say, for example, if you, in an investment at 4% interest rate, it doubles. So 72 divided by 4 is 18. Means it will take your money 18 years before it doubles. So let's say, for example, age 29. Let's say karon 29 ko. I have 100,000 pesos. If I put it in an investment that earns 4%, 29 plus 18, pila man, 47. Ika 47 pa ko before akong 100,000, mahimog 200,000. Is that quick enough? No. Because also you have to think about how much is 200,000 worth by the time I hit 47. Okay? If you find something that's 12%, it takes you 6 years. So just remember. Now, question is, most of us, ang naibawaan sa tong parents, we put our money in the bank.
Yes.
How much does the bank give us?
Point
0.25%.
something. Yes.
And it taxes you. You have inflation. So let's just say ito i-round up. Let's just say the bank gives you 1%. 72 divided by 1. So it takes 72 years before your money doubles. How many 72 will we get in our lifetime? Maybe not even one. You want to wait 72 years for your money to double. What I'm saying is, don't put all your money in the bank. The bank will not help you grow your money. It will use your money to grow their own.
True.
What does the bank? If naakay 1 million, unsa may tawag ignon sa bank, they'll call you. Sir, ma'am, halunon tika, gamay ra kay interest rate. Pawamon ka sa imong kaugalingong kwarta for a higher interest rate, biyo pa sa mayong siya 3%. No. Or at the same time, the other way around is you put your money in the bank, they give you 0.25%. They use your money, invest it at the 12% interest. See, they earn 12%, but they give you 0.25%. So I'm not saying you don't put money in the bank. I'll teach you also later. There's a point to put your money in the bank also. But it's not the bank only. There's so many instruments out there that can help you grow your money. So this one is when I said earlier, time is money. I have an example. Mr. Save Early invests in something, puts in 20,000 every year for example here, for 6 years at 12% interest. Saves it at the end and stops at the 7th year. No? Na-start siya 22, nahuman siya at 27. So by the time, buhat na lang siya after so many years. Another person said, I'll enjoy my money first. I'll start saving later. He did eventually start to save when he reached 28. Now, it's very little, but I'll show you. Also saved it at 12%, saved it for 6 years. But he waited 6 years. How much money are you losing from waiting? The person who saved early, when he reached 62, his money is about 9.5 million. This is estimation, okay? But it's pretty close to accurate. But the other, who waited 6 years before he started saving, only got 4.8 million. That's half. So that's why we say, time is money. Every time, maingon ka, ugma na lang, sunod tuig na lang, you lose a lot. Okay? So start early. That's why I'm here. I want to teach the younger generation. But if I can teach or reach the younger generation, it's better generation for Philippines overall. And we should take advantage of that. Okay? Our industry is very good. You see, our GDP is better, diba? But are you feeling the positive effects of GDP? No, because you are not investing. Who are generating the benefits of GDP? Those who put their money in the corporations who benefit from the GDP. Kinsa may benefit sa GDP? Big corporations, di ba? Yeah, ang mga tao magsigig reklamo, wala gini ka-feel ng GDP. Ang angay ni board, tatuar man sa ilaw mo sa imong unlan. How would you feel it? Diba? Correct? You should start playing in the game as well. The right game though, the legit ones, ha? If it sounds too good to be true,
It's not
it's a
true.
scam.
True.
Okay, akong yung ingnon sa akong mga masturya, if it's really true that you earn 10, even 10% a month, all the rich people would be investing there too. But why they aren't? There's something wrong with that. And if the person you're talking to cannot even explain where they're taking your money so that it grows 10%, that's a big question mark to me. Di mo isa ka-explain, asa magkakakitag 10% every month? Big question mark. You cannot rely on government pension.
True.
Huh? Not to mention, you need to pay water, you need to pay electricity. If your house is yours, then well and good. But you need maintenance as well. True?
True.
Okay. Do you have to wait until you hit? So retirement is not an age. It's when you decide to retire. You don't have to wait until you're 60 or 65. No? So it's not dependent on age. Retirement is dependent on when you want to retire. Or when you can afford to retire. Is a better thing to say. Step 3, know your financial strategy. So like any other goal or dream, you have to plan for it. Hindi yung pwede karon gusto ko to sa akong Garmin watch niya. Wala kay water, magkawater kay gama. When you get your Garmin watch, you won't. Right? So we always teach, we call it 10-20, we call it the abundance formula. So typically, the old school thinking of how you budget your money, even if estudyante pa mo, you also budget your money. Sakto? That was about, typically, or amo, in the sense of amo, sweldo, old school thought is, expenses, kung naay mabilin, savings. Kung why mabilin, even tithes. So I won't pressure it on everybody. It depends on what your faith or your belief is. But generally we say it's 10% tithes we give back to God. 20% always take it out as your savings. It's payment for your future self. Ikaw na ning kamot karon. Diba? Ang imo ding tomorrow, dili nimo bayaran. Diba? You're supposed to pay yourself as well. And And then 70%, then you can enjoy, pay your bills, save up for your garment wash, save up for your next trip, maybe Boracay or whatever, what you can afford. So we don't always say take out everything. 20% is kind of what we say minimum. Whatever you receive, bisan pag ang imong baon 100, take out the 20 pesos. Put it aside. That's for your future self. So you can retire early. You don't need to wait until you're 60. Ang key coin derma good girl, investment. So we always say investment should be the last. Why? You start with short-term, long-term healthcare. Mutual because they pool the money. I mentioned earlier, diba, you can start with 1,000. But if you use that 1,000 to go direct stock, some of the shares you want to buy are very expensive. It can be like 500 a share. And you cannot buy it with 1,000K. They have minimum lots. You have to buy like 10 at least, or 1,000 or even 100. But with mutual funds, is they pool your money. You have 1,000, you have 1,000, you have 1,000, and then I gather 50,000, then I'll have more purchase power. They buy it for you, they play with they manage the money, make it earn, and then give it back to you. Share na mo sa inyong gains. Because overall, when they manage the funds, they earn, let's say, for example, 10%. Then you share all the 10%. Kung 1,000 yung gihatak, you still get 10% of what you put in. If you put in 5,000, you still get 10% of what you put in. You all still gain. Okay? And put in mind, mutual funds, they invested in big chip, blue chip companies. Companies that are not fly-by-night. Things like what you mentioned, BPI, Ayala, they're not gonna go away over time. It's gonna be a long time. Jollibee's just acquired, $350 million company. They're not the type who will go away pretty soon. Right? So, when you see people, among jokes side is, when you see people, when I'm an investor, I know my investments are in Jollibee. When I go to Jollibee, di ko suko kung tasang linya. Tasang linya, it means my stocks are earning, I'm earning. So, kira na ko sa magbuhat ko. No, you are enjoying GDP positive gains for that. Whatever the earnings are for mutual funds, it's all online. You'll see it every day. So there's nothing to hide.
Sa PSE, ma'am, no? PSE.com.
It's based off of PSE gains. Yes.
PH.
But each mutual fund will have their own price. May laylay man sila na may uban. Typically, there's what they call lower risk, lower gains, higher risk, higher gains. Those are generally equity stocks, and there's bonds, which invest in government securities, a little bit more stable and secure. Okay, you're investing in the government, Manila may naibalik yung kwarta. But then they also point out what amounts there are. So daily, you can check them online. Like I said, it's tax exempt. You put your money in the bank, it's taxed. You invest it, it's tax exempt. Mutual funds and stocks. Money cost averaging. To make sure you put in at regular intervals. If you decide to put in money every week, then put in every week. Or you put in every month, make sure it's regular. No, why? Because there are months in the year, you spend first or do you save first? Everyone knows how to spend, but do you know how to save correctly? Save the right way. Long-term healthcare, you put in the bank your emergency funds, and you invest. So financial independence is not a dream. It's a priority. You have to act today. You know, if I knew all these concepts when I was your age, I probably would have retired already. Okay. So I'm thankful I still got to learn it with enough time to still prepare for my retirement. I still have quite a number of years before I turn 60. And I also don't want to wait until I'm 60 before I retire.
And then we have a special gift for Ma'am Celine. This is from EcoHub. So this is like a bamboo tumbler. This we promote sustainability. And,
Isa na sir, unboxing na sir, unboxing.
Si Ma'am Celine is one of our industry advisors. So basically, she's one of our advisors who help us in the design of the new curriculum. And even if she is based in Malaysia, she's one of the active members na give you inputs on how we should design our curriculum and how we design the program.
Ay, din.
Sir.
Hawa din.
Vlog ni Ma'am Sam.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yay! Please subscribe.